So season 1 of Doctor Who is coming to a close very shortly, with the previous episode Rogue being the penultimate episode to its 2-part finale. With finales and shows, there tends to be unanswered questions getting answered, and so I thought, why not get in some final theories I have about season 1 before those episodes release. So I'm just going to get straight into it. My first theory is that the one who waits is Susan Foreman. Why do I think this? Well, I made a video about a week or so ago talking about Susan Twist and who she is and her relevance with Susan Foreman, and it kind of ties in there, so I'm not going to give every detail. Go watch that video if you want more information on that. But mainly it's because we've been getting references of Susan Foreman throughout this season, with the Doctor referencing their dad, with the Doctor referencing that Susan and the First Doctor are living there in the Devil's Cord. I feel like Susan Foreman must be coming back in some respect. I feel like there's so many plot threads in this season 1 that are just names and titles of characters, and I feel like this season it's either going to be one person or multiple, and if it is multiple, I don't think it's going to all be villains. So my thinking is the boss could be some villain, or the oldest one could be some villain. We have the one who waits be Susan Foreman. The reason I'm saying she could be the one who waits is because out of all the companions, she is the one the Doctor should go back for, and the Doctor does say he will go back for her.
One day, I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back.
And never does. So the title, The One Who Waits, she has waited long enough to return and see the Doctor, so who better the candidate for that title? Now, my second theory is actually tied with this theory, and it is that Virada Sethu will be playing Susan Foreman. And that is a bit out there. It's intentional. I want to go with a wild theory here, but there's a few bits of evidence that can kind of back this up. So the first reason behind me thinking this is that Virada Sethu's already played a character in this season, and she played a character in Boom. This character is not going to be the one returning in the Christmas special later this year, and instead she will be playing a different character entirely. Obviously, this character will have the same face. Now, you don't always need canonical explanations for why they have the same face, but much like Peter Capaldi's Doctor taking their face, this could be Susan Foreman taking the face of someone the Doctor has seen. And once again, this links all back into that video I made about Susan Twist a week ago, and so here's another chance, go give that one a look. But on top of that, we have also not been given the companion's name, which I think is important to remember because we have been told that Virada Sethu is the new companion, yet they will not tell us the name. In the grand scheme of things, I'm fairly new to Doctor Who, considering I first watched it in 2022, so I don't know the track record for revealing companion names when they're revealed as a companion, but I feel like that should be the norm, revealing the name of the character, because why can't you? Names of characters aren't always the most important thing that is going to reveal a plot or spoil anything, so why keep it a secret here? And so I think it is because she's playing a regenerated Susan Foreman, which would be really cool because, like we said, they've been setting her up to be returning, and we can still get that cameo of Carol Ann Ford returning for one last time before she eventually regenerates. I think we could see that potentially in this finale. The finale is meant to be massive with some crazy reveals and is going to end apparently on a crazy cliffhanger, and it's also playing in cinemas, which means something big has to be happening here. And if we see Carol Ann Ford return as Susan and then she regenerates into the next companion, and we just gotta wait till Christmas for that next story, I feel like that could be it. Now, moving on to my next theory is that actually Susan Twist is not a villain. Now, this may actually sound really weird considering the Next Time trailer where we kind of see her in this like evil like monster sort of thing, but I think that's to throw you off. Because whenever we get these Next Time trailers, the episodes are normally always nothing like the Next Time trailer. I mean, like, take the trailer of Rogue, for example. That trailer was nothing like the actual episode. It didn't seem like there was going to be a Doctor and Rogue romance at all, and yet that's what we got. It seemed like Ruby had a bigger part in the episode, and yet she was barely in it. And so why would this Next Time trailer be showing so much about Susan Twist and show off the villain-looking side of her if she was just the villain of the episode and the big bad? I mean, maybe I'm reading too into it, and maybe she is just the big bad and they're just giving that away. I just feel like there's got to be some other twist going on. Now, my fourth theory is that the Ruby Sunday backstory or mystery will not be solved in season 1. And as much as episode 7 makes it seem like it's all about Ruby because of the title and the Next Time trailer, I actually feel like it might start that way and they just get too stuck within the story and the villain they have to beat that they don't get those questions answered. the reason I want to believe this is because we haven't had much development in that front. The first few episodes we had like the snow coming and that she has like this hidden song inside her, the one from the Christmas special. Really, it's kind of gone off the deep end since episode 3. Like we haven't had much to do with that come back, and I feel like if you just have this episode now, this finale, and be like, oh, this is who she is, oh, this is who her parents are, I feel like it just won't quite hit as hard. I think we kind of need that extra season to have more things go on with her and the Doctor, and then have that revealed. It'll also keep people who have been watching this whole season want to watch season 2, because they've already got most of that mystery set up. They'll want to continue to see more. Now, for my final theory, this is a little bit of a Hail Mary. By generation will get a mention or some change to it in the season 1 finale. And again, the reason I want to say this is because of how hyped up this finale is. And I don't think David Tennant will return, like some believe, but I feel like we might get an elaboration on the bi-generation. It's already been mentioned this season, with the Doctor like stating it had like a proper effect on him. Like it felt like he actually was ripped into two. I just personally want more explanation, I guess. It was just such a throwaway thing to do that I actually think lessened the episode The Giggle. I just would have preferred a normal regeneration. It helped the story at the time, I guess, in terms of they could do the whole game of catch, but you could have done that with one Doctor. Because people keep saying that there's something wrong with the TARDIS, and that was duplicated in The Giggle because of the bi-generation too. And if the Pantheon is actually part of the villains of this episode, I'm hoping those things brought together cause an explanation to be had of bi-generation, or at least cause a conversation about that. Now, hopefully you've enjoyed hearing my theories of season 1, but unfortunately that is all I have for you today. If you have any theories of your own, drop them down in the comments. I'd love to read them, and if I get enough, I might make a video talking about them and going through them. With that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.